This here is from Glamour. It's brand new pretty much. Amber Heard deserves her peace just like all survivors. It's time Johnny Depp finally left her alone. So I guess she's referring to some things Johnny said in an interview about the trial and their relationship, which he is totally in his right to say, especially if it's factual and not even his opinion. But let's see what we got from Lucy Morgan. And by the way, Lucy here is into female empowerment and its sustainability. I fail to see how, in the US, which we're talking about where the trial was, how women aren't empowered. Can't think of a single way they're not. But I digress. That's a different video. Johnny Depp has described himself as a crash test dummy for the Me Too movement in a sprawling, self-indulgent interview with the Sunday Times. The actor laments an industry that has supposedly cast him out. You don't need supposedly there. It definitely happened. Fantastic Beasts, Pirates of the Caribbean, and whatever else would have come up that he didn't get. In doing so, he revives Depp vs. Heard, the infamous 2022 trial in which he successfully sued ex-wife Amber Heard for defamation in the US after she wrote an op-ed about experiencing DV. And she didn't have to do that. It's her fault she was there, let's not forget. During the trial, I was between abusive boyfriends. Both of them, right? Of course. Not to say it doesn't happen, but it's a very convenient thing for her to be writing this article. And she happens to have experience with not one, but two boyfriends. And what's abusive? Did he call her names? I mean, no offense, but if you want me to take that seriously and heavily, you're going to have to say exactly what it was. I caught snippets of the courtroom drama through TikTok and tortured myself imagining all the ways my ex-partner could use the legal system to hurt me. What? That's really something women can do almost exclusively. Yeah, I'm sure there's unicorn cases out there and special cases and things like that, but in general, it only goes one way with that. Obviously, that's why this case was so big, but I've never seen a woman's career get ruined by a man saying something. Let me know if you have. While adoring fans chanted Johnny Johnny outside the Fairfax County courtroom, Heard's tearful testimony, yep, was very tearful, of the R word was memified by brands and celebrities alike. It's because nobody believed her. They weren't real tears. She was doing stuff on the stand, too. If Depp was a crash test dummy, Heard might as well have been the car itself, breaking in all the right places to give her another chance behind the wheel. Of course, no one can ever really know what happened between Depp and Heard. Well, I mean, we can know some things. Of course, not everything. But we had videos, we had audio, we had a lot of witnesses. But sure, I'll meet you halfway. We can't all ever know everything. Gotcha. While the 2022 trial found that Heard did indeed defame Depp, an earlier civil trial in the UK determined that an article in The Sun in which Depp was referred to as a wife beater was substantially true. Right, so they go back to the UK, which seems to me kind of has a I'll believe one side and just make a judgment courtroom type thing. And she quotes Depp, where he says, I understand people could not stand up for me because the most frightening thing to them was making the right choice. I was pre-Me Too. I was like a crash test dummy. For Me Too, it was before that HW guy. And she says Depp's career didn't really suffer. She uses those words. Not really. Okay. I beg to differ, but what do I know? I'm just some dude with a beautiful living room making some videos. She now says it's unfair that Depp moves on to do these interviews and movies and things like that, and Heard has sacrificed so much for essentially doing the same thing, which she wouldn't be doing if she didn't marry Johnny in the first place. One more thing. Have you ever seen a man get a huge career and a boost in fame by marrying a woman? I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm sure. You marry a woman and she has connections, but have you ever seen it happen in the public, in the famous sphere, like it does with Meghan Markle? It did with Amber. Even Blake Lively is kind of an example. I haven't seen it happen in quite the same way, where it's like, whoa, that guy's out there now in a bunch of movies and headlines. He's famous because he married her. Again, if you've got an example, let me know. I don't. And she has some quote here from Angela Carter who said, "We must all make do with the rags of love we find flapping on the scarecrow of humanity." Wow, that was deep. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I hope Day Drinker comes out pretty soon, and let's hope it does some pretty damn good numbers. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.